Tea time with Trav. These houses in the ballroom scene were created for young or even older people who was frowned upon and shut out of their family and didn't have a family. A group of people became their chosen family, and those people were there for them way more than their biological family. What's going on, y'all? It's AyooTravv, and I'm back, I'm back again. Y'all, I decided to get some snow crab today. I have snow crab corn. I have some head-on shrimp that I've did. And mussels. Let me go and say great. We're going to start eating. Father God, I come to you today to ask you watch over this food. Please, they be nourishment to my body. Please, let me digest this food properly in your name. I pray, amen, amen, one more time. Amen. How was y'all day going today? Yeah, I've never had head-on shrimp before, but wait a minute now. Are you supposed to suck the head like crawfish? I'm not sucking the head. Nope. No, we ain't gonna do that. Not over here. These some big suckers. I've seen like different people do these, and I always wanted to try them, but I was like, I don't want that thing looking at me. How was y'all day going? Did I ask y'all that? If I didn't, I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like the shell's gonna be all in my dang on nails. All right, okay. I see a little something like that I'm not gonna eat. Y'all, sorry if y'all can hear that thunder and stuff in my background. We are in the middle of a tornado watch here in Atlanta. So, yeah, that's why I decided to, well, I always film early for the most part, but I definitely wanted to hurry up and get this out the way just in case the power go out. So, got another bite. It's a thick shrimp. It tastes normal, it just looked ugly. Yeah, why do people call me when I'm filming? I swear, nobody calls me until I press record. Y'all, it's cutting up outside. Fun fact, if you're new here, you might not know this. If you're not new here, you should already know this. I'm scared of thunderstorms. I'm scared of them, I'm scared of them. I'm black. So I'm definitely, once I'm done filming, I am jumping in the bed. Y'all keep breaking these wrong. So I'm gonna jump up in the bed, hide up under that blanket, and not come out. I had errands that I needed to run today, but this storm is definitely messing them up. Because I ain't about that life. Okay, we getting somewhere. I was almost there. Oh, brief little updates. I'm not gonna do another full video on it. I saw a lot of y'all that was in the comments saying that they were gonna send USPS were gonna send my packages back and stuff like that. Nope, they didn't. They delivered half of them, and I'm waiting on the other half. So sorry, it didn't happen. Nope. Maybe if I break it up top where it's empty, and then, you know what? I'm over it. Y'all, it's cutting up outside. But anyway, we're about to get into our conversation in a second. Whew. Tea time with Trav. So the season 3 premiere of Pose has just released. And they said they're not going to give us 1 episode, they're going to give us 2. And I wish they didn't. Because, not in a bad way, y'all. It was so good. But it was a lot to handle in one night. I'm thankful and that I enjoyed every second of it. But, woo, it was a lot. I started the first episode with a brand new bottle of wine. By the time we got to the, by the time we got to the second episode, I was almost finished with the whole bottle. I felt so many emotions watching the premiere of Pose. I was happy, I was sad, I was crying, I was angry. Some of it was a wake-up call. It was a lot. For those of you who don't know what Pose is, Pose comes on FX. It was created by Ryan Murphy. the creator of American Horror Story. And it's a story about ballroom in the LGBTQ community in the 90s. And during that time, that's when HIV and AIDS was at an all-time high, and they didn't really know how to treat it. So a lot of them people around that time were dying. A lot of gay and trans people were dying from the virus because, excuse me, they couldn't control it. They could not control it. And it talks about the struggle of being gay during that time. That was a time when it was not accepted at all. Granted, I still don't think we're where I would like for us to be, but we have come a long way. And anybody that's saying we didn't, they're lying. But in the premiere, they killed off. My best friend was like, they're going to start this season off with killing somebody. And I was like, no, they're not. No, I don't want to hear that. And he was right. One of the characters that we're familiar with, he was dying from HIV. And it just shows, how you can pick your family. And I say that because in the ballroom scene, they have houses. And these houses in the ballroom scene were created for young adolescents or even older people who was frowned upon and shut out of their family and didn't have a family. A group of people became their chosen family, and those people were there for them way more than their biological family was. And that's why I say you can choose your family. You can. But it's like a lot of them were going through trials and tribulations through life without their actual parents. That was one of the main stories that came from Pose with each character. Each character in some way, somehow, was shut out by their family. And I couldn't imagine if my mother would have kicked me out the house because I was gay. I could not imagine that at all. But it definitely opens up your eyes to how people lived and how hard they had it. A lot of people back then in the 90s had to be sex workers because they didn't have anything else to offer. They didn't have education. A lot of them had to drop out of school. They were running the streets. They didn't have financial support from their family. So they did what they had to do to make ends meet. And granted, this is also, Pose takes place in New York. New York was big for crack cocaine. So it talks about how some of them battled with doing drugs. And now, we don't necessarily have a cure for HIV, but they have pills and things like that that'll keep you alive. Back then, they didn't have that. So HIV in the 90s was a death sentence to them. They automatically thought they were going to die, so they gave up on life. A lot of them truly gave up, excuse me, and didn't care about anything. Because they felt like their life was over. Excuse me, at least I lost my face. They felt like they had nothing to live for. And I think that's truly heartbreaking. Because one of them said, it's not about it's not about if they're gonna die from the virus, it's about when they're gonna die. And I said, I could not, I couldn't. I couldn't imagine having this. And it's still kind of new at that time. You know, they didn't have much science to, to figure out where it came from. You know, things like that. At a point in time, they figured out, it came from unprotected sex. But they weren't really educated. And then the LGBTQ community was looked at as, they were looked at as what's the word I want to use? It was kind of like people looked at them as if being gay was a gateway to contracting HIV. That's pretty much what it was. Like all throughout polls, like you'll hear like heterosexual people say, "Y'all are spreading the virus. Y'all are the reason why that virus is here." But that's not the case. That virus does not have a gender. It doesn't. It doesn't have a gender. It's not biased against what you like. The virus don't have a brain. Like the virus isn't gonna say, "Oh, hey, he's gay. Let me go get him. Let me stay away from him because he likes women." Like, no, it can happen to anybody. But that was just another way for them to shame people for being gay. And then don't even give me. That's why I respect artists like Madonna back then in that time, because, like I said, they were frowned upon for being gay. Ooh. Okay. Let me give y'all a good bite. So I know these things keep breaking. Like I was saying, they were frowned upon. But people like Madonna used her platform when she came out with Vogue. And it gave the gays something to celebrate. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. That song right there helped Vogue and become mainstream. Was it still frowned upon? Absolutely. But it was still, man, and that's something to live for. I ain't fighting with that. But it also told the story. Last night it also talked about it talked about how hard trans women have it in the world, even to this day. Because the main character, Blanca, oh, this video ain't gonna last too much longer, y'all. But the main character, Blanca, who's a trans woman, was dating a guy, and he's okay with her being trans. But he wanted to introduce her to his parents. And his mother, she was being such a, you know what, such a witch. But substitute the W with a B. And you could tell that she noticed something about Blanca wasn't normal. And she just like just kept being rude and stuff to her. And then, you know, it just came out. Blanca's like, yes, I'm trans, yada. And the mom was so disgusted. And her son had to tell her, like, this is who I love, this is who I want, this is who I'm with. Either you're going to join the club or I'm away from you too. And I think that was so, to me, that was beautiful. Whether you agree with the lifestyle or not, that's on you. But you will respect it. That's my biggest thing. When people get disrespectful, that's what I don't like. And let's be very clear, y'all. I don't want to fight with these claws. Let's be very, very, very clear. There is a lot of men that label themselves as straight and they deal with trans women because in their mind, they are women. Like, you know, to them it's not, let me correct it. They are women. They identify as women. They are classified as women. I'm sorry. What I meant by that, they don't think, oh, they had a sex change or anything like that. So to them, you know, it's just like regular. Like nobody should have a problem with it, you know? But they do understand that people will have a problem with it. They understand everybody's not going to see it the way they see it. So they do it on the low. And if anybody finds out or comes close to finding out, they didn't react. And this is oftentimes, excuse me, why you see trans women being murdered because of these heterosexual men who once had dealings with them and now they're scared of their secret getting out, so they decide to harm the trans woman. We see it all the time, y'all. So for him to have taken up for her, I was very happy because I was like, if he sides with his mom and don't take up for her, they can write him off the show because I'm done. No, this was good. But luckily he did the right thing. He stood up for his woman and I was so happy. I ain't gonna lie, it actually kind of turned me on. I don't know. It was just something about it. The way he stood up to his mother, like, boom, you ain't finna do, like, it turned me on. Because even in heterosexual relationships or, you know, any relationship, people tend to let their parents talk to their partner however they want. I'm not that person. Your parent tried me, they gonna know not to try it again. And that's just as simple as that. And if you don't check them, guess what? I will. Then I'm gonna check you right afterwards. I'm about to sign now. In case the power side won't go out. So, if you haven't already, go ahead and check the website, www.AyooTravv.com. They get the AYO sauce, AYO merch, all that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, that's the bell right there, boom. Hit the bell right there, boom. So you'll be notified each and every time I drop a video. But if you want to stay connected with AyooTravv, back to the script, mouse at the bottom, brr, boom. Right there on the day, social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, add me, follow me, let me come to here, do whatever. Let me know, like, what's what's one, see what's done, see what's one, see what's dumb, say what's one, what's dumb, other than that, it's been real. AyooTravv is out. Peace.